Well, good morning from Flushing, New York. It's Sunday, December something, and we're on our way to Roosevelt Island on a New York City adventure. It's time to hop on the set. We made it to 74th Street Broadway. Now it's time for a transfer to the F train. And just like that, we're on Roosevelt Island. So behind me here is a bridge, and behind me here is the Roosevelt Tramway, which is also, I think it's closed today. It's windy. Another thing behind me is the Roosevelt Island's free red bus. You know what other cool bus system is red and free for certain people? Unitrans. So here is New York City's ferry service. It is called Cyclone Shark, and the captain just drifted it into the station. Cool. So that was the New York City Ferry, and that was the Astoria line, I think, heading towards East 90th Street. We're going to be hopping on that ferry later, but we're going to take it in the opposite direction, and we still have a little bit of time before that, so we can go explore Roosevelt Island, and maybe we'll get drifted in a boat. So now that we've seen and explored a little bit of Roosevelt Island by walking up the river 10 minutes, and now we're walking back 10 minutes, we're going to hop on the ferry, and that's going to take us to Pier 11/Wall Street. The tram lives again. Okay, there it goes. The tram lives. After the ferry ride, we're here at Pier 11 and Wall Street, but we're not going to spend a lot of time here because I heard there is wolves. It's a rather nice ferry ride. Yeah, went fast, saw cool things, and we're transferring to another ferry now, and that's going to take us to the Brooklyn Army Terminal. Manhattan. So there's an Irish pub here, and they have their outdoor seating designed to look like a bus, and it's also got the Irish Rail insignia for, of course, I impaired Iran. I can't pronounce this. So right now we're just exploring the Wall Street area until our next ferry departs in about 20 minutes. just like that, we are at the Brooklyn Army Terminal. Not a particularly popular stop, it seems, but it still looks pretty cool. I know pretty much nothing about this, so this is a new experience. So some thoughts on the New York City Ferry is that it's fast, it's cool, significantly cheaper than the Bay Area ferries. I paid $275 for this ride, whereas in the Bay Area that would be more like $460. So points for that. At the same time, points off because it's not connected to the MetroCard system. You have to use their fare. Use their fare machines. So yeah, Bay Area ferries, we use Clipper. Cool. So something cool about the Brooklyn Army Terminal is that it has New York's last instances of street running. The tracks aren't very commonly used, but they are still there, and they are owned by the South Brooklyn Railway. And occasionally freight trains trundle down the street. These tracks used to serve the Brooklyn Army Terminal, which is a former warehouse for the Army. It's got 2 buildings, and now it's open to the public. So this is the inside of the Army Terminal. And they've got an old train car down the middle. So where I'm walking right now is where the old loading docks for the Army Terminal were. And as such, there are 2 tracks. And on one of the tracks, they stationed some old coaches. I believe these are former LARR MP54 coaches. When I'm editing this, I will be able to double check to see if I'm an idiot or if I'm actually right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. More history. This is from 1918. That's a long time ago. So yeah, the tracks just keep continuing down the street. I believe there's a connection to the city subway, which they use to deliver new cars occasionally. But yeah, this is New York's only instance of street running. Well, now that we've seen the Brooklyn Army Terminal, it's time to hit up the subway. Making a quick walk to 59th Street subway station, and then we're gonna make our way back to Flushing from there. Avenue Barclays, and now we're switching to a train, either the 4 or the Q. We'll see. So we made it to Franklin Avenue Medgar Evers College, and we're here to transfer to the Franklin Avenue Shuttle, a rather cool part of New York City Transit. The Franklin Shuttle at one of its 2 intermediate stops, Park Place. And the Franklin Avenue Shuttle is cool because it operates using only 2 cars. And while most New York City subway trains have both a driver and conductor, because it's so short, the driver acts as both the driver and the conductor at the same time, operating doors and other conductor duties, as well as being the driver. And another thing cool about Park Place is that it's the only New York City subway station that only has 1 track. It's not the only subway station where there's only 1 platform, but this is the only place where there's only 1 platform and 1 track. So now it's time to catch the shuttle back towards Prospect Park, and then back towards Flushing from there. Prospect Park now. Now it's time to switch to the Q to get us home. We're off at 14th Street Union Square. Time to transfer the L to the G to the E to the 7. So they started putting R160s on the G. Cool. So now we're off of the G train. Time to get on the E train to the 7. Now we're at 74th Street Broadway. Just time to take the 7, and then we'll be in Flushing. Well, after a long day exploring the ferries and other such public transit, we are back in Flushing. There's Christmas lights behind me. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.